It's your girl Tamika.
And your girl Shanika.
And we are back, Jack. Shout out to the family S&T squad, man. Y'all the best squad. That's why I love y'all the long way. Please believe me.
Yes, sir. And if you are new to this channel, please make sure you smash that subscribe button.
Smash it!
And turn on those post notifications too, so you know we'll be dropping these videos.
That's all you gotta do, and as you can see, you know what I'm saying, who we got in a place to be. Why don't y'all go ahead and say who it is?
I'm Royal T.
And I'm Candy.
Bars.
T's a Candy, like, you dig?
Yo, listen, and welcome back to the channel. Listen, man, we're gonna have another topic today. For the people who've been following me, you have been seeing that I have been posting about the Gabrielle Petito case.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they did find out, in fact, that those remains did match her. So Gabby has now been located. However, this video here is not going to pretty much focus on Gabby. It's going to focus on another topic as a whole that I feel like we should probably give a little light to, especially when it comes down to relationships and marriages, etc. Now, as you also remember, we also had another case earlier on this year with Mercedes Morr. She was a popular IG model who a man fixated on her, and pretty much she was found later on deceased. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about relationships, domestic violence, and the signs that needed to be seen to leave. You dig what I'm saying? Yo, I was just actually reading a little bit earlier, just pretty much about the rise in domestic violence cases and the people who have fell victim and have died this year, you know what I'm saying, in the hands of their significant other. And I just think that this case, I mean, these cases are beginning to worsen. And I feel like it's jobs and everything become harder to achieve. Emotions is going to be very, very high in the households. So this is what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about relationships and DV. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. What is your take on it? I mean, I'm pretty sure that everybody remember Mercedes Morr and you know what's going on right now in the news with Gabby. Do you think there are signs that sometimes we just miss? And not just when we're not talking about just women, because while I was reading these statistics, you know what I'm saying, the stats have also increased on men as well, which is trippy to me, because it's also starting to let you know that the dynamic is really starting to shift. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy now that people are now starting to take men serious, because I remember it was at one point where if a person said anything about a man being hit by a woman, a lot of men will laugh at him and think that it was no way possible that can happen. But as we have seen, that it definitely can happen. Right. So first of all, I want to just bring it out, like, have anybody up here been in a situation or a relationship where, you know what I'm saying, there was domestic violence included in it?
Yes.
I know I have.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, it's 4 out of 4. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of people even watching this video have also experienced this type of situation. What did you do, or what was done to let you just know that it was just time to go?
Well, for one, I just want to say where the domestic violence came from for me. I was basically getting abused by a woman who liked to fight, basically.
Okay.
Anything happened, she'd just haul off and hit me. And I wasn't the type that was raised like that. You know, so I started to haul off and hit someone else that I got in a relationship with.
Yes.
And with her, the one who originally started it, it just was a time to where it was like, I don't deserve this. So girl, leave.
Yeah.
You know, when you just figure out that you don't deserve it, just you don't.
Yeah.
So with the that last situation, we both just stopped fighting each other. It was like, okay, we need to heal in a different way. After that, we never touched each other again, and I never touched anybody else.
Okay.
So I just knew that wasn't my vibration. I was lowering myself. I was lowering my standards.
Yeah.
What I will say is, what comes from another relationship, you put on another one. It's just toxic.
People don't understand learned behavior is real, and it's not just practicing households. You know what I'm saying? And we don't just get learned behavior from the people that raise us. We get learned behavior from the people who we're involved with. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, we take away something from all of our relationships, whether it be energy, memories, whatever the case may be. We're going to exchange that. You know what I'm saying? So some things we're going to just take away whether we even want to or not. Right. You know what I'm saying? TT, what about you? What was your experience?
I don't want to go too much into it.
Yeah, don't go too much into details.
But
just the signs of what you just said, you know what, no more.
To be honest, I was so dumb at that time. I didn't see my sign. And that's just to be honest. I didn't see my sign until basically I moved away. And it created something else.
Exactly.
So there's signs that you should see, like the too friendly, the wanting to call you all of a sudden, and you ain't never spoke to me a day in your life. Like it's stuff like that you have to pay attention to. Yeah. But yeah, that was me. I actually was able to get away because I had a father that got me away, and he didn't even know that's what he was doing. Yeah.
So people prey on who they want to attack.
Facts.
They know.
They know your mannerisms. They know if you really about that life.
Exactly.
Right. And that first girl, she knew I wasn't about that shit.
Exactly.
And probably from the first time she attempted to touch me.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I don't do that. I don't.
Yeah.
And they'll continue
to do that.
It's bullying.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
That's bullying.
Exactly. That's definitely bullying.
What about you, babe? What experiences have you had with that? I know we spoke on it in detail, but you don't have to go all the way in detail.
Go into detail, but like I don't know. I just feel like once you know, like you know what I mean. Like once one too many punches, you know what I mean, like will knock some sense into your head. Some people, not everybody might get that call or come to that awareness, but like it was just I had my limit. Like I reached where my cup was overflowing. Yeah,
it gets to the point to where you think it's okay that the emotional hurt that you're dealing with every day is okay. This is how I'm supposed to be treated.
Right.
If I'm not being pushed around, if I'm not being belittled, it's not normal.
Right.
So you become accustomed to being belittled and thinking that's okay. So when somebody do it and it could be, jokingly, it still makes you feel a certain way. So like, yeah.
You know, one of the things that really bother me in these situations is the fact that, it's probably somebody that's watching this video right now that is experiencing what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And someone makes her feel like she's dumb for staying. That's the number one thing that people say, you were dumb. You know what I mean? You should have just walked away. And a lot of people don't understand that even though it's so easy to say those words, it's a lot harder when you're in those situations. Now, I've too been in a situation where domestic violence was in my relationship. I got the scars to prove it. You know what I mean? And it's one of those type of situations where in my case, it was like, she just automatically she seen somebody else fighting their significant other, and then she started wanting to incorporate it in our relationship. And it was just like not something that I was really with, but it was something that I also took part in. You hit me, I'm hitting you back.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those type of situations where it wasn't cool. And it might have been a little bit lighter, because you have two women. You see what I'm saying? Now, where there's a man and a woman involved, the dynamic changes dramatically. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's still the same in that case, because nobody should be putting their hands on each other. But I just hate when people say, oh, well, she was stupid for staying, she was dumb. I hate that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand like what a person really goes through. The mentality is broken down. Your physical being, your spirit is broken. You know what I'm saying? And once your spirit is broke, you know what I mean? At that point, that person has control.
And now you're right.
It is.
Because I don't have one.
I'm sorry. I probably have been one to say you're dumb if you stay. And not even realizing that I'm contradicting myself because I stay.
Because sometimes we do it without even knowing. We feel like sometimes the dynamics are different. That person right there is getting hit on. So, you know what I mean? Her situation is worse than mine, but this person belittled me. You know what I mean? So in all actuality, it's a different form of abuse. You know what I mean? But you want to justify it in your relationship because it's not physical. But people don't understand the emotional damage sometimes is just as traumatic. You know what I mean? Like seriously, I mean, can you imagine how it is if a person just tell you every day you're ugly, you're ugly, you're ugly? At one point you're gonna start believing that. You know what I'm saying? And then the more you believe it, the more your spirit begins to break, and now it is so much harder for you to leave because your identity is stuck with that person. You know what I'm saying? That's the hard part.
I be thinking like other people come into play at like family, friends.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? To be able to look from the outside and let you know, like, hey, like this is alarming, or this
and
is
when you're ready to listen to.
Yes, and that's another hard part too. So like that can be like a conflict, but I mean, like I feel like if somebody has that one person in their corner, like with Gabby, like if the police officer would have just seen how she was talking,
completely failed her.
And you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like seen her mannerisms, maybe they would have been like, okay, maybe she's under a lot of pressure. Maybe it's not okay for them two to leave.
It's just one of those situations where police, like I said in the video, pick and choose the encounters that they want to enforce the law.
True.
Now, if the shade of color was different,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Somebody's going to jail.
Yeah, right away.
Going to jail.
Exactly, seriously, because I mean, it was vivid. Once the call was made that, you know what I'm saying, a witness had witnessed her being struck by somebody. When the police arrived on the scene and seen scratches on him, immediately somebody's getting locked up, especially in our shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I
Somebody lying.
mean? In this particular case, the police allowed them to go away to figure it out themselves, and that to me is where they had failed Gabby. She was vividly crying. She was shaking up. He had scratches on him. He was inebriated. You can definitely see it. If I could see it through the camera, the police definitely had to see it in person. So for you to be able to let them both go
together,
it's crazy to me.
I mean,
never would have happened.
Did she want to go?
She basically
was downplaying everything.
Exactly, she did exactly what any abuser, any victim would do.
She tried to act as if
sorry,
So she tried to act as if he didn't.
She was acting as if it was her fault.
Why he was upset and why they got pulled over.
He got upset because I was,
OCD.
I had OCD and I was moving too fast, and I have a tendency to do this.
I apologized
to
him. I said sorry.
All the things that women do that has been victims of situations like that, and you could clearly see it with Gabby, and I just feel like the police failed.
One person. I just feel like all it takes is that one person to be on the outside looking in. You know what I mean? Because she needed help in that moment with anybody that might be going through domestic violence.
Yeah, and with that though, like I said, because I'm not gonna lie, the older you get, it's just like, I'm not even gonna get in that situation because if I get into it and I tell you, then we fall out.
Yes.
You fall out with somebody you're trying to help. So it's like, I feel like sometimes it don't even help with that.
And you know what? I want to piggyback off what you said, because that is a very, very good point. Because I remember when I used to witness my auntie go through domestic violence situations, and the first thing that I wanted to do was save her. You know what I mean? I want to put my cape on. I'm going to fight that man. And my father used to always say to me, you got to stay out of grown folks' business. You got to stay out. No, he used to say you got to stay out of married people business. That used to be the thing, and I used to be so mad at him because I'm like, you're not understanding. He's hitting her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I used to have to say. But then the more that I would jump in and fight and defend, the more that she would retreat and go back. So in all actuality, I become the bad guy. I become the bad guy. And there's so many situations or so many times where that happened. So now all of a sudden we just become conformed to where, like, if we see those situations happen, it's don't say nothing.
Which
you see how we're conditioned?
Very tricky.
Oh, it's so sad.
It's so messed up.
Yeah,
it's really messed up. If you look at the cycle.
Nah, but yes.
It's a continuing cycle.
Especially, like, my mom always taught me don't play with men and don't let them play with you.
Exactly.
But it's because she went through an abusive situation before she got with my dad. So my stepmom, before she got with my dad. But she used to always tell me, don't ever in your life let a man play with you.
Because see,
and I take that very seriously.
And you have to.
You got to.
But she didn't tell me with women, so
here I know.
And you know what? In our case too, and I'm glad you brought that up as well. It's coming out with some very good topics, because I feel like sometimes us aggressive women, you know what I mean? We have experienced some things from our mothers, you know what I mean, or lack thereof, and we look for this comfort in these women. You know what I mean? And sometimes the comfort that we seek is so misplaced because we feel like them hitting us is them showing us love and things like that. And it's just like, oh my God, she's speaking on me because she loves me.
It's the same thing with women.
Exactly, it's the same thing from a man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It does not change. And that's the thing what people got to understand. Yeah, and that's what people got to understand. It's like it's no such thing of, oh yeah, man should be able to it's not.
It's no gender.
It's no gender. It's no gender standard. Everybody should, you know what I'm saying, basically have some type of accountability, especially for what they do, whether it be verbal, physical, whatever the case. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, period. Now, what is the complete deal breaker for you guys? Now, what if you're in a situation or in a relationship and your relationship has never had an ounce or an inkling of domestic violence, but then there was a situation at the house where, you know what I mean, the bills might have been high. We all been affected by COVID. You know what I'm saying? Tension, you know, things are changing a little bit. The whole like the climate is changing because now people are going back to work. People need jobs. You know what I'm saying? You know, now you can get evicted. There's a lot of things. Exactly. So let me ask you something. Now, the significant other who you're with, you know, have a moment to where they lose it. Either where it's verbal, where it's physical. Now, in that particular situation, is it still a deal breaker? Do you walk away, even if it's a first sign of domestic violence? Now, see, the reason why I'm asking that question is because we as people would take that one encounter, right, and say, oh, it was only one time. I can forgive them. I can give them a pass. You know what I mean? Not understanding that sometimes that one time is just the door opener.
That's the gateway.
Millions of times.
Because if you could do it that one time, like if you was that bold to strike me that one time, you're gonna do it another time,
and then it becomes easier the next time.
Yeah,
because you've already done it.
Because and this is not shade because of the series of events that has been going on in the past few days. I literally have been bullied before, right? So even with the girl I was dating, I consider that bullying. I was not trying to fight you; you was trying to fight me.
Right?
Okay, so that's bullying to me. You're forcing me to do something I don't want to do. So I experienced that several times in my life. So today, if you were to put your hands on me, I'm whooping your ass. Period. And then yes, I'm done. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. So if I'm just gonna be honest with you, if it's a situation,
I'm hitting you with the meat.
If it's a situation and it's because I have conditioned myself this way now, because you're not gonna ever play me. Yeah. Because I let myself be played before. Yes. So I cannot let you put your hands on me because you're gonna think that you can continue to do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to whoop your ass. Yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna have to be done with it as bad as I don't want to, because you're right. First they think that, damn, it was just a one-time thing, but you let me do it, so I'm gonna do it again, and then you let me do it again. So you're not gonna leave me.
And you know what? Just to speak on that, you know what I'm saying? I've too been. People know my stature's small, and a lot of people, because of that, would pretty much sometimes think I'm a child, and I hate the word bully because I don't like bullies. And the thing is frustrating because the last time we sat on this couch, we was really just trying to open up a panel of dialogue amongst family, just to basically say, what's the deal breaker? You know what I mean? Like, no matter how good we do, you know what I'm saying? When is something forgiven, or is it ever forgiven? And I mean, that was actually, you know what I'm saying, the forefront of what the discussion should have been. And then it just spiraled out of control. You know what I'm saying? I would never bully anyone, and I don't want anyone to feel bullied. What we were trying to do was trying to have a logical conversation about something that affects us all. This is not something that does not happen in households. You know what I'm saying? Especially households of color. So it's just like, I want to have conversations that we don't want to have. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's uncomfortable conversations. And those are the conversations sometimes that I feel like that we should have. So my question here, because there's going to be somebody that's watching this video that's going through here, you know what I'm saying, that's going through a situation like this. And I want to be the first person to tell you that, don't ever feel as if you're dumb for staying. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever feel like you're weak because you haven't left. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have their moment. You know what I'm saying? Your moment will come. But sometimes we just try to drop them jewels so that moment can come a lot sooner than later. And that is the thing that I felt like I was trying to actually get across on the last video. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about anything that was done, because by all means, we all put things on our skin that we love, that we just want to basically pay homage to. That was not what we were trying to say. Or I can speak for me, that was not what I was trying to say. The tattoo itself is not the problem. You know what I'm saying? I was just asking the question that everybody was saying in the comments. It was so many people that was upset about it. And I wanted to say, now, is it because of the things that she took them through in the past? Is that why everybody is so mad about what she's done? That's what I was trying to say.
You were asking about forgiveness.
That's what it was.
The conversation is on forgiveness. And it's certain things, because I want to speak for me since you brought it up.
Yes.
Certain things with forgiveness, I'm not willing to forgive certain things.
Exactly.
That is an opinion of mine. Since I've gone through certain things, I know what I will deal with, and I know what I won't deal with. You know what I'm saying? And disrespect for me has happened in the past, because I don't even want to say I was naive. I have such a good heart that I know when somebody else is hurt, to be honest with you. And hurt people hurt people.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, you know what? Especially now today.
Facts.
This is not bothering me. But since you want to put it that way, I'll put it in this way, and I'll send you on your way. Now, since you're hurting, I'm going to let you get that pain out. Say whatever it is you feel with me. Okay, and I'm gonna send you on happily and continue to live in my high vibration. You get what I'm saying? Some people are in a low vibration and the only thing they know to do is attack others. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not with that.
And it's actually a defense mechanism that I can honestly say that I've had all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I mean, I was one of those type of people to where, like, if a situation happened with me, you know what I'm saying? Even if I was in the wrong, my whole rebuttal to it was just to let you have it, because it was a defense mechanism with me. It was the way that I protected myself. The hurt that I had deep down inside, it was the way that I dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we've all experienced that. Absolutely. And only experience is going to help you change that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know what I mean, I feel like my biggest problem is that I try to help people that don't want to be helped, or they don't need to be helped, or have to be helped on their own accord. And that's something that I'm learning as well. Like, we are all works in progress. And that's what people don't understand, and that's what I try to always get across in my video. I don't come on here to try to act like I'm perfect, but if I see somebody that has some type of attributes that I've had, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and then I once, like, definitely, like, I care for, I'm gonna say, look, bro, try this. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the dummy like me. You know what I mean? And yada, yada, yada. And I feel like we all do that sometimes. And my biggest thing now going forward is just knowing when to shut the fuck up.
And come on.
Just knowing when to shut the fuck up.
Because I was just going to say, see, that's the problem.
Yep.
See, I have all my damn life. I'm the type, if I had $5, I'd give you $250.
Yep.
Because I ain't even tripping, because I'm going to get $250 back on another end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I've always been the type to share. I've always been the type to share knowledge. I want people to be great. But people will flip on you and treat you like the dirt on the motherfucking ground, baby. So I've changed my perception on who, why, when, and where I'm going to help anyone.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? I always tell y'all, if you don't see them around no more, they ain't there. You know? And I mean that, because people will treat you like dirt on the ground. And even if you gave them the shirt off your back, they'll take that shirt off and roll it in the ground too. You know what I'm saying? So what I will say is, watch who you give your shirt to.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you know, and not to just drift off the topic, it's just the fact that people have to take accountability. You know, and sometimes when we're in these type of situations, you know what I mean, we don't want to let that person who we're with take that accountability. And the reason being is because that person have pretty much took over all the control. We no longer hold them accountable, because we don't have nothing that we need to be able to even give anybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's the terrible thing. Listen, you guys, people are emotional now. You know, it's a different day and age to where, you know, where people used to just walk away from relationships. They don't do that anymore. Now all of a sudden, you know,
if I can't have you, nobody else will.
Exactly. And it's something that's plaguing our communities a lot. I really hate that we even have to have these conversations about women that just pretty much fall in love with the wrong person, and men that fall in love with the wrong person. All I can say right here, right now, is that my heart goes out to Gabby's family. My heart goes out to Mercedes' family. Too many times we're saying rest in peace over situations that we can prevent. You know, and it's just it breaks my heart to have to see it. I don't know. What do you guys have to wrap it up?
I just want to say these are hard times right now, for sure. And whatever you can do to keep your sanity where it needs to be, this is the time. This is the time, because this is one of the hardest times we've been in a very long time. So this is the time to face that adversity and stop running from whatever you're running from. And, you know, it's time to prevail.
That's it. What about you, TC?
Trust your instincts. And keep your head on the swivel.
Yeah, definitely. Baby, you?
I don't know. I would just say definitely just focus on you, your lane, your energy, and you know what I'm saying. Just be aware, just be alert, and just be aware, and just walk in your faith. That's all I can say.
That's all I can do. Listen, S&T. The message that I want to give away before we leave out of here is, like TT said, and I love that. You have to trust your instinct. Nobody's gonna know you like you. Nobody's gonna love you like you. So there's gonna just be certain things that you're gonna be aware of before anybody else can. You know what I'm saying? Yo, for any topics that you want us to discuss, go ahead and drop it down in the comments below. Drop it down, or you can also DM us. Excuse me.
DM us.
Exactly. any of our social media platforms or whatever. If you have a topic or if you need some advice about something, whatever the case may be, send it in to us, man, and we're going to talk it out together as a unit. You dig what I'm saying? I love y'all, S&T. I appreciate you guys for coming back and tuning in. Before you head off this video, make sure you smash that like button. And guess what, y'all? We're going to catch y'all on the next one. You dig? Peace.